Oh my god, that busky!
Here we go, we're back. Episode 8 of the Unprofessional Fives. On blue team, we got Brandon Pops-de-Bono, Hot Stepper Andres Tenorio, Bullseye Andre Kutaya, Powerhouse Franklin Sasere, and the arrival of the Prophet Ezekiel Tawia. Really good lineup here for blue team. Quite offensive though. Definitely we're going to be relying on maybe Ezekiel here, who's a bit more of a defensive-minded player, to hold the fort while the bomb squad try to charge forward and get some goals. On the red team, again, equally offensive lineup. We've got Andrea Cassar in goal. Mr. No Face, No Case, Ibrahim Salis making his debut at the Fives. Talented striker, played for Goodyear in the Premier League last season. Also has a lot of experience with Sweetie alongside Joe Willie and TJ, who they were all teammates at Sweetie for a long time. And then Manuel also making his return to the Fives. Really, we got a good game today, don't we? Steve-O on commentary with me as usual. Steve-O, what are your thoughts going into the game?
Yeah, I think we're in for a really good game. I'm excited to see if Andre is going to climb up the leaderboards for the top scorer. And I'm also excited to see TJ and Willie back on the pitch and linking up once again.
TJ, Willie, we know whenever they play together it's a bit of a cheat code. A bit ambitious of me putting them together on the same team today, but I had faith in Blue that Blue would be able to put the pressure on them offensively, and Franklin is going to be one of the main players to do that, as he absolutely rattles the post in the first minute. Franklin definitely going to be one of the key people, but him and Andre need to find chemistry together, and we need to see the return of Season 1 Tenorio. We obviously saw Tenorio make his return to the Fives earlier on, I think, in Episode 4. And it was a bit of a shadow of the Tenorio we're used to seeing on the Fives. I think he is struggling a little bit with a bit of an injury on his back. So again, we'll see how he's feeling and how sprightly he is in today's game, and see if we can get a little bit more of a glimpse of the old Tenorio that we know and love. Otherwise, it could be a bit of a long day for blue team as red team come forward here. TJ plays the ball at the back post. 1 minute 45. Defensively, blue team a bit all over the place, and red team have capitalised. You see all 4 players there stood in a straight line, and that is a recipe for disaster in five-a-side.
And we're seeing that cheat code you mentioned before, the link up between Willie passing to TJ and TJ just having that vision to pass it into the space onto the second post, which we've mentioned time and time again is the space which you want to attack and run into in order to get some of these easy goals in these five-a-side games. And just as easy as that, we're 1-0.
Ibrahim, TJ and Willie all previously teammates at Sweetie United, as I mentioned in the intro. So that chemistry between them is probably going to be there. They've been playing together for many years. They are very close friends outside of the pitch as well. So we'll see if friendship makes the dream work on the field, or whether blue team can just use raw power to get their way through, as Tenorio stings the feet of Andrea there, who gets down nice and low and saves the ball. Manu is going to be a key player here for red team. I think he is the overall balancer of the whole team, along with Willie, whereas blue team maybe don't have that balancer at the back. They're going to be relying a lot on this man right here, who's making his debut at the Fives, Ezekiel, to try and break up the play and hold the fort at the back while the other 3 go forward. But it's my first time watching him. I hadn't seen him play before, so a bit of a risk putting him in to such a top-heavy team, hoping that he would do the defensive work. But we'll see how he gets on. He's a very good player. I know he's got a very decorated background in football. He's played in Bulgaria before. He's coming in nice and aggressive there. 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes. Rattling red team really straight away as they retain the ball and keep it, but Willie not happy with that pressure from behind there.
Yeah, Willie taking a bit of offence there to the pressure which is put on. I mean, as we know, these are still, like, as much as we enjoy watching these games, they're still friendly games, and as much as possible we don't want anybody to get injured, which is why the rule of the no sliding was put into this season, much to TJ's dismay. But yeah, injuries are definitely not something which we want to see in these games.
Manu Bustos getting an early point there with a nutmeg, almost doubled it up by getting the second nutmeg, but just couldn't get round Ezekiel on the second attempt. Willie at the back here, just controlling possession, plays it into the middle, and there's that little triangle link up. TJ out wide, that's where he's dangerous. Absolutely smashes the post before the quick cutaway from the editor there. A little bit quick cutaways today. We're have mentioned it to the editor, so just be aware today's episode is the only episode that you're going to get these super quick cutaways, and then for the rest of the episodes going forward, the editor does slow down some of the cuts to make sure that we aren't jumping from clip to clip, and I do get time to breathe in between the match. Andre, there is something to mention about Andre. You are going to see him moving a little bit slower today. Unfortunately, he did suffer a broken toe in his beach soccer training, so he's going to be a little bit slower today. He's going to see how he feels. We know he's still going to be dangerous if he gets the ball in the right space, but he is going to be a little bit slower moving into the spaces, so we'll see how that impacts him today. Tenorio there starting to sharpen up a little bit, blast the ball into the post. That is the Tenorio we're used to seeing. Hopefully we can see more of that from him today. But red team are going to look to try and pick apart the blue team if they overexert themselves going forward. I think it's going to be a tale of two styles of football here.
I do think so, and it also looks like red team have two people, as you've mentioned before, Dan, in Willie and Manuel, who are really going to be the linchpins to this team and just keep them grounded. And the blue team don't really have that, because I would say that Pops and Andre can give that to a team, but Andre is playing with an injury, and hopefully Pops doesn't lose his head if this game gets away from us because of not having this linchpin. But yeah, let's see how it plays out. It seems pretty balanced till now.
You see there the two red players absolutely colliding with each other. We give them a little bit of a pause. We don't want anyone to be injured at the five, so we do give a lot of allowance and time stoppages where we stop the clock to allow players to rest, recover and get back, as Willie comes forward and just puts it wide there. Really should be putting that one away and making it 2-0, doubling the lead. But blue team escape there. Warning signs are there. First 8 minutes they've been warned that they need to make sure they are defensively solid, which they haven't been so far. And blue team now offensively have looked good, but defensively have looked a little bit vulnerable. That's where the chink in their armour is.
It's definitely the chink in their armour. I agree with you there, Dan, but we've mentioned this before. The link up between TJ and Willie is just proving to be a bit overpowering from the red team onto the blue team. They're not really showing much defensive prowess in this game, although it has to be said, it's halfway through the first half and we're still at 1-0. So despite this, they're still showing that they can put up a good showing against the very top heavy red team.
Ezekiel really unfortunate there as well. His shot just fingertipped onto the post, the inside of the post. It almost looked like it went in. A few of the players questioned whether it was a goal, but not to be. It was off the post and back out. And red team on the attack once again. Pops plays the ball forward. Here we go, magic moment. Not quite the Ronaldo, Garnacho, Lionel Messi bicycle kick that you'd expect maybe from Andre there.
But Andre is playing with that injury, which we've mentioned before, so potentially also playing a bit mentally with his head with regards to his performance in this game.
To his credit, I can confirm he has that in his locker. The start of the season before last, he did score a bicycle kick on the opening day for San Juan in the league. Absolute peach of a goal, so definitely bicycle kick isn't out of his realm of reality there.
Would have had a goal of the game contender very early into this game.
Great feed from Pops though, definitely don't underestimate the vision of Pops there to find that pass.
No, Pops has been getting the ball up the pitch very well. He's definitely been providing quite a lot for the blue team, and as we say that, we just see a goal.
Yeah, beautiful goal as well, and that lovely play through the middle, one touch play. Ezekiel picks the ball off of Franklin, passes it down the line over to Tenorio. Tenorio with a little reverse back heel there, back into the space, takes Andrea completely out of the goal, and that's a little tap in there for Ezekiel. First game for Ezekiel, first goal. Tenorio gets his name on the assist sheet early as well, and just like that, good closing down, stops it. Great save from Pops there. Could have been a quick retaliation. We know how quickly some of these retaliation goals can come after a team scores and equalises, but blue team hanging on here as Franklin bulldozing his way through like we're used to seeing him go. Almost keeps the ball in line there, but just takes it out of play. It is a joy to watch Franklin dribble with the ball, isn't it?
I can't imagine what it must be like on the pitch to see him coming towards you. It must be quite a scary sight seeing someone like Franklin just dribbling towards you, because he's just a very physical guy, very technically able also, so you just never know what he's going to do. He has the ability to just push you off and push you away, and also just like nutmeg you and dribble past you with ease.
And just like that, you see the footwork, a little V-turn there to open out the space, and then just fires a shot low and hard at the ground there. Andrea does well to see it and save it. But Franklin definitely is going to be one to watch in the Premier League this year for Floriana. As we mentioned earlier, he did just sign for Floriana from the Hungarian Premier League back to the Maltese Premier League. He previously had a stint with Hamrun for 2 seasons where he scored something like 25 goals in 2 seasons. Really prolific, and was monumental for them, I think, in their title-winning season. So we'll be interested to see how he does for Floriana. Definitely going to be a danger man. I expect him to get double digits again this season and put together a really good year.
Yeah, if he has a season similar to any of the ones which he's shown previously in his career, he's definitely going to be a very good addition to that team. Definitely going to be challenging again in the Premier League. So definitely one to look out for this season.
Andre there out wide with the ball, plays it back to Pops. Pops is on the ball. He's going to look to try and thread the ball through the middle. Willie has absolutely robbed them, but Pops has come out quickly to take the ball back off him. Tenorio plays the ball forward. Here we go, it's played across and Manu intercepts nicely. Lovely little bit of footwork there from Ibrahim to retain the ball, and red team are going to restart. 13 minutes into the game, we're tied at 1-1. Thoughts so far on the game?
We're tied at 1-1, but I think blue team are a bit lucky to be at 1-1, to be honest, because red team have created so many more chances. We've seen some incredible saves from Pops, just like the one we saw there.
Lovely little one-on-one play there from TJ. That's the TJ we're used to seeing from season 1. Not afraid to take people on, little step over, shifts into the space. And really unfortunate that Ibrahim couldn't convert the chance at the back post there. Yeah,
but Pop's definitely the player from the blue team keeping his team in this match till now.
Obviously Pops has a good opportunity here to get back into second place in the top goalkeeper chart. He's competing against Andrea, who does have a bit of a lead on him in saves, so I think the pair of them today are probably going to stay the same distance away from each other. Pops is going to need another game without Andrea playing where he can try to close that gap, but he's definitely got a chance to overtake Reese here and get into second place.
For what's being shown till now, though, it does look like Pops is going to be making a lot more saves in this game than Andrea. Andrea's a bit more protected in this game by Willie, who does tend to sit back a bit more, and Manu playing that box-to-box role, also filling in at the back. And Pops doesn't really have that player at the back who can just really protect the box and the goalpost like red team do.
The pace of Willie really does make him an exciting player. You see he can go from one end of the pitch to the other in a flash. That is why they call him the Ferrari winger. 0 to 60 in 0.5. He is absolutely rapid, as blue team probably could have tried to get a little counter in there while the 2 red players were further forward, but Pops decides to slow the game down and they're going to take it easy, not rushing, waiting for the right opportunity. They've found a bit of balance now. 2 players a little bit surprising playing at the back. You've got Tenorio sitting further back along with Andre. Andre definitely the player you want further forward, so he's a little bit wasted back there, but Tenorio is surprisingly doing a good job at the back.
Well, while Andre is playing with that injury, probably he would rather play a bit further back because he doesn't want to get caught out, and he also probably can't shoot that well, which is a bit of a dismay because we were seeing him catching up with Gianluca on the top scorer leaderboard.
Willie here just really playing the tempo maker, just getting the ball, keeping the pace. Ball absolutely blasted by TJ. That's why he's called the sledgehammer. We know those hurt. Tenorio's going to be feeling that well into pre-season as Willie drives forward, and there's that 0 to 60 speed from Willie to accelerate into the space, leaving him with an easy pass across goal. Ibrahim is celebrating another tap in here. Lovely finish there. Great way to get in front of Franklin and just tap the ball into the goal. 2-1 red. Lead has been restored for the red team.
Yeah, great work from Willie over there to really create the goal, but also a really good pass from Manu to be able to see that run which he was making, knowing.
Pass as well, exceptional, right into the space. Willie didn't have to change his speed at all to get there.
Yeah, we're just seeing the red team just really getting into flow states right now and really playing well with each other. But blue team have also shown a very good technical ability in the counter attack, just as we're seeing now. I think they just need to link up a little bit more and do a bit more work for each other off the ball.
Yeah, I think it's that third man running the movement at the moment. They just get caught a little bit stagnant, waiting for people to move rather than actually moving for each other. You see Tenorio and Ezekiel both stood still right now. This is where they need to try and get the ball moving, move the players around, keep it 1-2 touch. As you see red team fly forward here, and that's another chance, so that should be 3-1.
Yeah, Manu missing out there on a tap-in goal on the second post.
Really should be committing and just making the run. Experienced player like Manu should know to be in that position.
But we're seeing some good opportunities from both teams over here, creating very good chances, playing very good five-a-side football. We're seeing a lot of the typical passes which we've been mentioning throughout this season. Both teams are scoring very good passes from across the face of goal onto the second post. We're yet to see a goal of the game contender and these amazing goals which we've been seeing in the previous episodes, but a very different and technical approach to the game.
And just like that, in terms of team goal, that is absolutely silky. Blue team really putting together some nice passages of play. Look at this little flick from Tenorio, puts it into the space. Little back heel mid-air, no look from Andre to put it into the space for Ezekiel. Thought he might try and square it to Tenorio, but he just outside of the foot dinks it past Andrea. It's 2-2 just before half-time. Perfect time to score for blue team, and they need to put together more performances like that, more little strings of attack like that, and not get caught instantly on the counter-attack. Too excited, no one marking at the back, and red team back in front. Ibrahim hat-trick, first half hat-trick.
Manu really showing over here why he's in contention for all of the scoreboards till now. They're really putting in the work for red team here. He's propping up in every single position on the pitch, providing, hopefully he'll get some goals in this game too, but defending there also.
Final 20 seconds, blue team, it's now or never for them before the half ends to try and get a goal. As they have the ball here in the corner. Manu's done well to pick it up, plays it to TJ. TJ's going to power forward. TJ, can he find the pass to Manu? He can, and Manu drags it wide.
Yeah, we're just saying about Manu's ability, taking it a bit wide over there. Very good opportunity for him to get his first goal of the game, and really good work from TJ too.
Right, we are at the 20-minute mark, so the next time the ball goes out, it is going to be half-time. Blue team are going to want to make this attack count, but they cannot. It goes out for half-time. 3-2. Thoughts so far on the game, Steve-O?
Yeah, good position to be in for the red team. They've created a lot more chances. We're seeing blue team really starting to gel a bit between themselves and getting that team goal going for their second goal. An incredible pass by Andre over there. Really good assist. If only we're giving awards for assist of the game too, he would definitely be in contention for that. Blue team just need to pick themselves up a little bit and not concede goals on the second post, because every single goal till now has been that type of goal.
Yeah, Ibrahim proving himself a bit of a tap-in merchant, to be honest, just standing at the back post, and like Milky Bar Kid in much of season 2, sitting there and saying thank you very much, tapping the ball into an empty net.
Yeah, but Milky Bar Kid also did get the top scorer award by doing that. So we're seeing how effective it is.
Post there from distance on his right foot. TJ, when he gets given that chance to shoot, really lets through some vicious strikes. No goalkeeper gets anywhere near them.
Yeah, he doesn't give anybody any chance to just get there. And if you do, it's just by sheer luck, and I can assure you it will hurt.
Many goalkeeper, look at that, great pin-up play from TJ, and he is going to win the free kick there. Piggyback ride from Franklin. TJ picks up the ball again. So dangerous on the ball, so hard to take off the ball. And Tenorio doing another great job in defence right now. Tenorio really proving a bit of a defensive marvel. Maybe this is his new position in five-a-sides. We've got a new cultured, mature Tenorio that isn't as exciting as he used to be. Franklin just absolutely rocking his way through there. Can't get near him, and he still manages to find a shot. How is it possible to get through a gap like that?
He's just showing his physical ability to get through the players, and the ability to, on the half turn, get that shot off and forcing Andrea to make a really good save there, because I'm pretty sure that would have crept in. He didn't even get a sight on goal and yet still got a shot on target. Franklin really showing that he is a very good addition to any team.
Just a real monster in the final third there. Such a difficult player to try and get the ball off of, and it sticks to him like glue.
Yeah, TJ showing there. TJ showing there that not all of his shots come off, unfortunately. But yeah, blue team definitely do seem to be creating a lot more in the second half now.
Willie robbing the ball off of Franklin there. Good tackle, does get the ball, but obviously just catches Franklin on the way through. Well, it won't be a free kick, but again, like we said, in the element of fives, we are very cautious of the players. We don't want anyone going back into pre-season with injuries. Everyone's very particular and careful with tackles, and that's why we have a very, very low injury rate at the fives. So far, only 2 players have been injured at the fives, and it was both in their own accord. Myself tearing my hamstring, trying to be Brazilian, and Miguel Falzon unfortunately tearing his ACL by making a wrong step on the defensive recovery run. So apart from that, no injuries have come through tackles in the Pro Series. We do employ the no slide tackling rule to really minimise the injury rule, and we take frequent breaks. If anyone takes a knock, we give them a bit of time to recover, analyse if they're able to play on, and make sure no one does any damage to themselves.
Yeah, that's a really good initiative to have in these types of games, Dan, because I'm sure none of these players want to get injured, but sometimes we do see the competitive nature of the players getting the best of them, committing some fouls or getting injured on their own just through their tenacity and their physicality in these games.
And just like that, blue team switch off. First 5 minutes they'd looked quite good. They'd been holding their own. They got given a free kick for Manu slide tackling in front of the box to block a shot, and after the free kick they just overcommitted and didn't realise they had no one back. Quick return, Pops plays it straight through to Ibrahim, and this is 4th goal of the game. Ibrahim, just everything he touches right now is a goal. He can't do wrong.
But we do seem to be seeing these types of goals, these types of games where people are getting 4 goals per game, 5 goals per game. So definitely once you have a team which can provide for you in the likes of Manu and TJ and Willie, you are going to get these statistics in goal scoring.
And I will correct myself there. I said Pops played the pass through to Ibrahim, but it wasn't. It was Andrea in the other goal. And you see Willie there, really, he's found a way to handle the power of Franklin. He's catching Franklin really well there from behind, winning the ball strongly and taking him to ground each time.
Yeah, that low centre of gravity that Willie employs is working very well in protecting the ball from Franklin.
And again, Franklin really should be hitting the back of the net there. Close chance, really bricking his way through the players there. Fast step overs as well. That's the most surprising attribute I would say about Franklin. The speed and the fluidity of the step overs that he does is so difficult to get the ball off of him.
He has very fast feet for such a physical player, and being able to both employ physicality and technicality into your game just makes you so difficult to play against.
Pops getting caught with his legs open there, and Ibrahim gets his 5th goal of the game. Smashes it along the floor. Ibrahim having a really good debut so far, right?
Definitely, and another assist for Manu over here, so we're seeing quite good goals from all over a team.
Oh, almost catching him out there. Ezekiel almost catches Andrea out, tries to pass the ball across goal, but instead hits the inside of the post. Could have gone in, but it doesn't. And blue team are going to restart with the ball on the edge, played through. And red team have pickpocketed them, and here we go. Now they're on the counter-attack. It should be an easy goal, and it is. Manu gets, is that his first goal of the game?
It is his first goal of the game. He's propping up now. He's just said, I've assisted too many now at this point, and I'm just going to score, I guess.
I think it's the pink hair. The pink hair has turned him into the heartthrob now. He's in Super Saiyan mode, and he's just turning on the class, and that's a good finish there. Well counter-attacked, and that's a position you would usually put money on Andre scoring.
Definitely, but as we said before, he's playing with an injury right now. It must be weighing on his confidence in this type of game. I'm sure he doesn't want to make the injury worse. I'm sure he's not performing at the top of his ability, but still he's an amazing player, and I'd like to see more of him in this game.
Ball played back out to Franklin here. Franklin is the danger man for blue team. If I was them, I'd be trying to get him on the ball as much as possible right now. Red team on the counter-attack, as they have been doing. A little step over from TJ. Comes back onto his favoured left foot, but Andre's robbed him, taking the ball off him, plays it out wide to Ezekiel. The Prophet plays it across to the powerhouse. Franklin on the ball, waiting for something to appear here. Plays it back across to Bullseye, who gets caught in possession. That's not going to help blue team there. As red team get the ball, Manu's on the ball, plays it back. Patient in possession here, just holding the ball in the opposition half and happy to go back. They know they're 4 goals ahead. This is where experience starts to come into play. No need to rush, just keep the ball, wait for the right opportunity. And red team having a really mature performance today.
It was a good recovery from blue team though, to having overcommitted at the top to then defending a 2v1 very, very well over there and committing bodies to the back to stop that counter-attack. It seems like blue team are soaking up the pressure. I mean, I think the scoreline is a little bit unfair towards the blue team right now because they are giving a good performance. They're just not capitalizing on those chances in front of goal. We've seen one-on-ones with Pops where they really, with Andrea, where they really should be scoring more. But yeah, the scoreline is definitely unfair towards blue team right now.
Red team really are just keeping the ball now, making blue team chase after it, making them run around in circles, and it's proving effective as blue team really struggling with possession. Now when they get the ball, you're seeing Pops on the move with them now, coming out as fly goalkeeper who wants to try and help them retain the ball a little bit. Willie's on the ball, potentially could have shot there with the goalkeeper out, but decides not to, gives it to Manu. Manu's going to drive forward into space. Oh my God, what a save from Pops. Little fingertip there, just pushes it onto the crossbar. But Ibrahim quick to pick it back up and not let blue team get any sense of attack here as they give it to TJ, who hits another shot directly at Pops. Played back post, and that's a simple tap in at the back post there. TJ on the score sheet as well. Manu with another assist.
It's been the story of this game. Manu assisting onto the second post, and any other player from the red team just getting a very easy tap-in goal. Manu's vision and ability to thread these passes through is proving very vital to the scoreline for the red team.
Tenorio just stepping out there, maybe not closing the angle as much, and Andre just not picking up TJ at the back post there.
A very clinical finish by TJ there.
Yeah, very good finish. Ezekiel on the ball here. Ezekiel needs to show us a little bit more. Plays the ball to the back post. Great ball over to Franklin. Thought he was going to hit that first time on the volley. Comes back out. Ezekiel. Oh, there was a slide tackle there, so it is going to come back as a free kick. Blue team given another chance. They don't want to concede from the free kick like they did last time. And they've done well there. They've picked out the right pass. Waited, been patient. Tenorio picks out a little flick around the corner. Franklin, nice composed, finished into the bottom corner. 7-3, 4-goal deficit. We've seen crazier comebacks, just like the episode before. So don't put it past the blue team from coming back, but they need to start showing more composure together as a team now.
Yeah, I was about to mention that too, Dan. Are we laying the groundworks here for another crazy comeback, just like we saw in the previous episode? Because in the previous episodes, there was the scoreline was 7-1, but it felt like it should be 7-1. Up until now, we're 7-3 for red team, and it feels like blue team deserve a lot more in this game.
Here we go, overload blue team here. They've got the numbers. They need to make sure they're clinical, and just the wrong side of Andre there. Pops' pass, not the one. Played over the top here. Pops does well to come over, gets a bit fortunate there that the flick goes straight back into his hands as opposed to into the goal. Plays the ball forward. Here we go. This is much more fluid play, but again, I think Andre's injury there just holding him back a little bit.
We are probably going to start seeing Pops step out a little bit more from the goalpost now.
I think it would be smart for him to come and join the team and go on the offensive with them. They need it now. It's now or never. 6 minutes to go. They don't want to do this and give the opportunity for red team to come back into it and get another goal.
I do think if blue team managed to get the next goal, they would be creating quite a good precedent for them to get back into the game. So now we'll see how that turns out. But hopefully red team don't capitalize on their lack of confidence now and just score again.
Really needs to be taking those little flash chances there. Ibrahim gets a nutmeg, gives it to TJ, gives it back, and this might be the game escaping out of the fingertips here of blue team. Pops, you can see the frustration on his face. The lack of defending today has really bothered him as that player. Ibrahim again, 6 goals in one game. New record in the Fives so far. 5 is previously the most amount of goals that have been scored in a single game. Ibrahim already on 6 minutes to go. Can he add any more goals to that tally? But he's just been a tapping merchant all day. Back post monster, just tapping after tapping.
But it's very commendable from the red team that they are creating those chances for the tap-ins, because they're just such easy goals. They look like such easy goals, but it's very underrated work.
It's effective football, especially in five-a-side and futsal. Effective football is what wins you games. Tenorio picks up the ball, plays it to Franklin, takes it on the back and played back through. Can they get a chance? Andrea makes a good save. and Manuel is going to now need to try and get rid of the ball. Manu takes it past one, trying to push through. Absolute bulldozer there. Franklin just shoves him to the ground, gets the chance. Andrea makes a good save, and Red Team are going to keep the ball here. Lovely little one-touch football there just to escape the danger. TJ's going to get the ball under control. Manu's going to come up and help him. Nutmeg bearing down on goal. And Manu has blocked his own player's shot there.
TJ now showing his own frustration with his own team. I guess 8-3 isn't enough for him. He just wants to get goal after goal after goal.
TJ loves a goal.
Definitely. And Manu, I think, could have
definitely gotten out of the way there.
He could have definitely gotten out of the way, or been in a better position, I guess, for the pass, because he did fumble a bit with TJ in that position.
Franklin picks up the ball on the halfway line. Pops is in full fly keeper mode now, sitting at the back post. Blue team, the last thing they need to do is give away the ball, but what they really want to be doing is just moving this ball side to side quickly. Don't stop on the ball like this. This is where it makes it easy for Red Team. They need to keep the ball moving, 1-2 touch, side to side, and wait for that gap to open up just like that. But now they've given it away. Andrea goes for the spectacular! Just wide. Really could have been a good moment there for Andrea.
We've seen this flying keeper from Pops pay off quite a lot, but we've also seen quite a lot of goals being scored from when he is off his line. It does need to be said that the whole team needs to be playing in this flying keeper mentality, and Pops over there was also gesticulating for his player to just make the run into the box, because that's all he wanted, and it would have been a very easy tap-in goal.
A tap-in goal just like that. When you're patient and you wait for the right opportunity, it arises. Ibrahim, his record, he just beat his own record. He's improved it. Seven goals in now. One game. This is an outrageous performance from Mr. No Face, No Case. Shows up, first game, dominates. Bit of a baggy first touch there, but it worked out for him. He adjusted his feet well, got in front of Tenorio, and just taps it into the open goal. That's another assist for Manu. And Red Team really running away with the game right now. With 3 minutes to go, I don't see Blue Team getting back into the game. What do you think, Steve?
No, I don't think so. I think it would be quite a miracle to be able to score so many goals in 3 minutes. Would be very impressive though from the Blue Team. But we say that it goes from 6 to 7 goal deficit just like that, and TJ showing.
TJ receives the ball out wide, and Pop's getting caught out in the fly keeper mode again, and he has an open goal just to tap it into. You're seeing the defensive work from Blue Team getting less and less as the time gets closer to the game ending. Ezekiel was just chilling up front, not doing any work back there, and they need to do better than that.
But it has been these past 2-3 minutes where Blue Team have been very slacking in this way, because the deficit has just grown so much. Up until 3/4 of the game, it did feel like Blue Team deserved a lot more, but now they are just starting to play with their heads down a little bit. Pops is getting very frustrated, not finding the passes and the runs which he needs in order to push this team up in his flank keeper mode.
Here we go, ball out wide to Manuel, goes all the way coast to coast to Willie. Willie plays it back to him. Oh my fucking god.
Oh my god.
That was an incredible goal.
And that deserves a celebration like that. What a fucking goal. I was just about to say, we haven't really had a goal of the game contender yet.
We haven't, no, it's true. It's been a very, very technical approach to the game, very different from some other games. Red Team have been soaking up pressure, creating very easy tap-in goals, but now this pass from Willie just taking the Blue Team out completely with one pass, and Manu just...
No look, loads of spin. It looks like it's going wide. It bounces and just spins into the bottom corner. Pops absolutely rooted to the spot. You can see Pops is ready to give up on life right now. Andrea pulling out wicked saves into the final 30 seconds, refusing to let Blue Team add to their goal tally.
Showing why he has the nickname the Cat, just jumping up for the ball.
9-lived reflexes there. You've got to beat him 9 times to have a chance of scoring, as he flies across the goal and makes a wide save there. Ball comes out to Ibrahim. A few step overs from him. Plays it back into the feet of Willie. Willie just dictating the play here. TJ has the ball, plays it out wide to Ibrahim. Red Team going to see out the game here nice and comfortably. We are at the 40th minute mark. We're going to see next time the ball goes out. Ball played to Andrea, pass through to TJ. TJ cuts back on himself.
Man, really enjoying it.
Moment. Yeah, everyone's just enjoying it, getting involved. Willie plays it out to him, wants the ball back. And
Manu once again
gives the goalkeeper the eyes there, pretends he's going to pass it back to Willie and just opens up his shoulder at the last second. Just watch this movement from Manu. Pretends he's giving it back, opens up, puts it into the far corner. Hat-trick for him. 12-3. biggest scoreline we've seen in season 3 so far, 9-goal deficit. Blue team just really weren't at the races. They kept it close for periods of the game, but just didn't look like they had that clinical edge at front, and in the back they're just very, very sloppy at times.
This has been a record-breaking game, both in the deficit and the scoreline. In Ibrahim getting 7 goals when before the record was 5, and I think this has been the best individual performance from any of the players. We've seen Manu really just clutch up in this game and providing, I think, 4 assists and 3 goals.
Yeah, Manu, real outrageous performance from him. I think he's just shy of I think he was 1 tackle away from making man of the match. Unfortunately has lost out man of the match to Mr. Goal Scorer himself. Mr. No Face No Case. His record-breaking 7 goals was enough to propel him into first place for the man of the match race. So Ibrahim is actually going to have won man of the match, and his 7 goals, we're going to have a look at them now shortly on this extended highlight package that we've had to put together, because it's ended up being nearly a half a game of highlights for Ibrahim, as he just, everything he touches becoming magic there. So we'll take a look at those packages in a minute and just look at the stats that he recorded in the game. But 7 goals is no joke, and it takes a real true goal scorer to score that many goals. 2 nutmegs, 7 defensive plays. Solid performance from Ibrahim. Let's just take a look at some of his goals. Talk us through some of his goals here.
Yeah, I think most of the goals, as we've been saying throughout the game, have been very, I mean, we would say easy tap-ins because they look easy, but it's still quite hard to get that ball under control from some of the passes. As we know, the ball can bobble, the keeper might be putting additional pressure on him, so he's always shown calm and level head, really good finishes, really good. I mean, we said it's a baggy touch over there, but I think with that baggy touch he takes Pops completely out of the game, and he capitalizes on that.
Exactly, and in terms of taking Pops completely out of the game, let's have a look at the goal of the game, because Manu, like we said, this is kind of him announcing himself on the scene of the Fives. We've seen him play some good games so far, but nothing to this level. I mean, the technique that Manu's had on display this game, absolutely outrageous. Definitely one of the best players on the pitch, and this shows his quality of why he played Premier League football here in Malta, why he's played at such a high level back in Argentina. Really, Manu is a gifted player, and it's such a shock that he's out of contract at the moment.
Definitely.
For the last 2 seasons, I believe, he hasn't had a club officially in the MFA leagues. The last club he was registered to was actually Ep8 when they were in the Challenge division, which seems like forever ago now, that they've been relegated twice since then, and they're now currently sat in the Amateur League 2. So Manu, definitely a free agent that any club in Malta should really be looking out for now to add to their lineup, because he just is showing that he's a jack of all trades. And we're going to go ahead and check just how much of a jack of all trades he is by taking a look at the leaderboards from week 8. Steve-O, talk us through the leaderboards.
Yeah, we've mentioned so many times before that Manu is just slowly creeping up on all of these leaderboards, and now we can see that he's 3rd in the most goals scored, really challenging Keon over here, drawing with Keon. But Keon hasn't made an appearance here, but potentially he's going to be pressuring Gianluca for the first and the top scorer with the most goals. Still quite a gap from Gianluca, so potentially if Gianluca has a bit more games under his belt, then Manu wouldn't be able to catch up. But yeah, Andre and Luca taking up the last few spots.
Andre, quiet game today, eh?
Quiet game, yeah, but it's
we know he's injured. Obviously didn't look as sharp as he usually does. We've seen what he can do. Obviously 4 goals in 2 games both times, so 8 goals overall. He didn't add to his tally today, so a little bit of a stumbling block for him here.
No, that injury definitely has hindered him quite a lot. We can see, compared to his other performances, just how much it has, because it would have been very interesting to see how he would have climbed up. But now Manu just making a name for himself, taking that 3rd spot. Hopefully he can challenge Gianluca for that top spot.
Looking at assist chart, we've got Donis Quintero still at top. Obviously he looks like he's going to coast along until some other players start getting close to him. Manu is catching up, tied 2nd with Luca. We know Luca is awaiting his next appearance. That really could be the teller to see if one of these 2 players can catch up to Donis, or whether Donis is just going to chill at the top until the end now. Willie also making his way into the bottom half of the table there. He's at 5th place after a very strong performance today. Defensively solid. through balls, absolutely cutting edge passes. Really, really good player today, Willie. And defensively, Manu again just getting up a little bit higher. He's joint second in the chart with Luca. Obviously tied for first is Charles and Luca Gatt still. So we're going to see how this table starts to unfold for the rest of the series. Willie again has also put himself into the leaderboard for defending. So Willie is starting to emerge onto the scene as well.
Yeah, this game I think has been very gracious for anybody who was on the winning side, because it was just such a stat padding kind of game. Again, it was a bit unfair, the scoreline, I think, but for the individually, I think for the players who were partaking in that game, Manu and Willie are definitely taking advantage of that scoreline.
Pops misses his chance to overtake Reece and leapfrog him into second place and finishes with 83 saves after week 8. Andrea has just absolutely created a colossal difference now. I mean, how many is that? That's 23 saves now is the difference between the next player and him. So Reece is going to have to put out a star performance in the next game, which we know he's capable of.
No, he's definitely
possible. So watch this space and you'll see Andrea, whether he makes another appearance before the end or whether he's going to sign off the series with 110 saves to his name. As for the overall MVP leaderboard, couldn't be closer right now, could it?
Right now, first, second and third are all, first, second, third and fourth are all so close to each other. It's just 5 points in between them. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it ends up. Luca obviously not having played in this game, Angel Luca not having played. So it's a bit dismaying that they haven't played, because that's creating the opportunity for more players to just catch up. But Andrea now is in third, so we're again seeing the keepers creeping up, with Reece also in fifth. And as we've been mentioning, I think for the past couple of episodes, Manu now is really staking a name for himself, going into fourth and already very, very close to first, just not having shown up before on the leaderboard, and now he's already very close to first. So it's going to be a very, very photo finish, I think, because how many episodes do we have left now? 2
episodes left after this one, and Manu proving a dark horse. Don't think anyone would have had him in their kind of MVP list at the beginning, given that he's out of contract. He's probably not the fittest player at the Fives, most rusty in terms of out of practice, but every week he's just growing in strength, and this week really just showed the class that this guy has and why he's able to play at such a high level earlier on in his career. And just his attitude, everything about him, he's proved one of the real key players here in the Fives, and is slowly making the series all about himself.
Definitely, yeah. The only dark horse I think we're ever going to see with pink hair, but really staking a name for himself in this rendition of in this season.
So guys, let's have a quick look at episode 9, a little preview. We're going to see the return of No Face No Case. Ibrahim is going to look to try and add to that goal tally of 7 that he's scored. He's already in one game got himself tied for 5th place in the goal scoring charts. So we're going to see if he can leapfrog Luca in the next episode and get himself a goal. Big Mish, the return of Big Mish. He's been in holiday in Hungary, but he is back. And I know he's one of your fan favourites.
Definitely, I enjoy watching Mish play. His style of play is just so laid back. It's so underrated, but he always gets in on the goals, gets in on the assists. He's a very interesting player to watch.
Charles the pickpocket is back, and we know Charles, whenever he plays, the other team have to work extra hard to try and score some goals, so there's going to be a defensively solid display from Blue Team next week, as well as the Wizard, who is going to complete a very well-rounded team for that week. Obviously, with the Wizard on the pitch playing box-to-box creatively, he's got his minutes under his tank now. He's played a game already since coming back from operation. I know he's feeling a lot more confident now, so you're going to start to see him turn into 5th gear now and push on, while Ibrahim and Big Mish can sit up front and do their work while Charles holds things back with Reese's Pieces, who Reese is back in the fray. Reese is going to go toe-to-toe with Pops now to try and see out the final leaderboard for most saves. He needs 23 saves this game to try and catch Andrea. Definitely possible. We're going to see how that goes. And on red team, like I said, Pops is going to be in net on the other side, alongside Gatman, who has a point to prove. Gatman is going to be going head-to-head with Manu for the MVP leaderboard. No Andrea this week coming, so that means Andrea at third place is going to be out. No Gianluca, which means it is neck and neck, 5 points in it. Manu and Luca on the same team, which is going to be a very interesting dynamic to see. Are they going to play greedy? Are they going to be able to coexist? As well as Ezekiel the Prophet is going to come back for another game, as well as Andre, aka Bullseye, who needs to get some goals on the board to try and close the gap between Gianluca. It's now or never for Bullseye. Will we see him climb closer up the leaderboard? Final thoughts. What do you think about that game going ahead next week, Steve?
I'm excited for next week, Dan, to be honest. Mainly because of this rivalry between Manu and between Luca, to see they're both vying for overall MVP. As you said, them playing on the same team is going to be quite maybe frustrating and confusing for both of them, because this is an individual accolade at the end of the day. So we'll see if Luca puts on another solid performance like he did 2 episodes ago, or if Manu puts in another amazing performance like he did in this episode. And from the blue team, I'm excited to see Mish getting back into the fray. Obviously, he has been pushed out of the leaderboards. He was showing up in most of them prior to his short holiday. But yeah, let's see how next week's episode goes.
Guys, if you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you leave a like, comment down below if there's anyone else that you would like to see appear in the series in future seasons, and let us know who's impressed you the most in this episode. I think Ibrahim definitely was a shining light for me. 7 goals, undeniable, absolutely outrageous. Haven't seen that level of finishing since Melvin Akingboye in season 1. So great to see another out-and-out striker on the pitch gobbling up the goals in the final third. And guys, make sure you subscribe to the Unprofessional Footballer YouTube channel to stay in touch with more five-a-side series, and we'll see you next Saturday at 6 p.m. Otherwise, head on over to the Unprofessional Football Fives on Instagram and you can check out all of the content going on over there. We'll see more leaderboards being posted, highlights of the games, highlights of the season so far, and you can stay up to date with what's going on behind the scenes. And we will see you next week. Goodbye.